Hi everyone, bonjour, hey love lovers. I just recently saw that Meghan Stallion is allegedly dating Torrey Craig, a basketball player. They look beautiful together, beautiful. And she was with Pardison, a writer, and I thought they also looked good together because she's tall, and every time when she gets, these tall men that complement her height and her physique, she just blends so well together. And yeah, so I'm going to do a double take. I'm going to look at her chart in relation to the two guys, like the ex and the current, or rather the alleged current boyfriend, and see her loving style and what makes her attract people, or what makes other people get attracted to her. So because guys, I've been doing a lot of charts, like lots and lots and different charts, and what I see is that people keep attracting similar energies, keep attracting similar placement. I want to see that as well, if it's the case here. So let's get into the juice. For your own reading, please click the link below and book. There are different services that I offer to people. And for the premium subscribers, please guys, there is a when you log in, there are two options. That the option to watch the videos and stuff, and also there's another option, another link on the first section. So when you click there, it's going to take you to a folder where you can get some stuff to read, some notes, because I recently got a very important question and I answered that as a magazine, like a 13-page magazine, because I wanted people to really get to the details in full. So you can click the link when you log in on the website, and then it will take you directly to the file where you'll get to the notes and all the stuff that you can read on and get more information on Synastry, right? Meghan Stallion was born in San Antonio in Texas, America, right? She's born on the 15th of September 15th of February 1995. She's a rapper, and she's very lively, she's very talented as well, and she's got some easy energy about her. Like it's like she wants to be like cordial with everyone. So that's Meghan. And beautiful, I already said that. Torrey Craig is a basketball player. He's very tall, he's very known in the basketball domain in America. And the ex Pardison is a writer, as I already said, right? A hip-hop writer, right? So when I look at these three charts, right, I see the what you call it, I see some similarities. Okay, for example, her Venus is conjunct with the axis Saturn, of course, making them being together for a couple of years and not breaking up as quickly as normally people would with her Venus in the ninth house. Because remember, when Venus is in the ninth house, it gives a light relationship. It gives relationships that don't last forever, relationships that usually don't get to the marriage stage, and if they do get to the marriage stage, it will still give a divorce, right? And then with the current boyfriend, she's got her Venus conjunct with his own Venus. Again, another beautiful placement, another beautiful thing, like the Venus conjunct Saturn. But again, back in the back of our mind, we must remember it's all happening in the ninth house of light relationships, right? But as I said, with Pardison, it lasted a long time because of the Saturn. Saturn is a committer. certain will want people to commit, to be committed, to stay longer in relationships, right? Regardless of whether they are happy or not, right? So another thing that I see here, right, is that her Venus is conjunct obviously with both of their Neptunes, because they're coming from a similar period, and I have her Venus conjunct with both of their suns. Now this becomes very special with both of their suns, of course, because they both born in December. I have her Venus conjunct with both of their Uranuses. I got her Venus conjunct with both of their Neptunes. So now this is worrying me. This is always a worry factor for me when I see Venus conjunct with Neptune. I understand that people who are who like to preach positive astrology, they always say, oh, Venus is beautiful with Neptune. When it's conjunct with Neptune, yes, it's beautiful, but it's only beautiful when you are in the field of Meghan, for example, when you're in the field of creativity, when you're in the field of arts, the arts and all of that, right? Or if you are in the field of entertainment, this conjunction is so beautiful because it gives that visionary vibes, because remember, Neptune also represents the 12th house, so it opens up your six senses of thinking, of being creative. And of course, Venus is the lord of creativity, of the arts, right? So it works wonderfully well. It also works very well in spirituality, like people who go to church, people who are spiritual, people who want to seek the Lord, people who want to follow some spiritual path together. This is a beautiful conjunction. However, in normal situations, and where people are not artistic, where people are not spiritual, then this Venus conjunct Neptune will take people to addictions for sure. People will start to use drugs here after this relationship start. They will do drugs together. They will self-do together. They will follow paths that are just unself-doing, that's for sure. And another negative of this Venus conjunct Neptune is that it brings a lot of lies in the relationship. There is a lot of lying, a lot of cheating, if we're using specific and just out there terms. So that's what we see here. But other than that, for Pardison, it also helped them, of course, to be creative together, to come up with ideas together, to do all of that together, right? So that's beautiful. Another thing that I see which is common between the two relationships is that her Mercury is conjunct both of their Rahus. So conjunct the Rahu of the ex Pardison and the Rahu of the current alleged boyfriend, Torrey Craig, right? And another thing that I see is that their moons, they could be conjunct with her Venus or with her Mercury, depending on their birth times, which I don't want to rectify or to calculate because I don't want to lose lots of time. But that could be another similarity. That's another similarity that I see here. So a lot of similarities in these guys that she's choosing, a lot of going back kind of like to the same person, kind of like to the same mentality, in terms of love, unionship, relationships, right? So now let's get into why she broke up with Pardison and why she got into a relationship with Torrey Craig, or she's being aligned with Torrey Craig. Now let's get into the progressions. Alors, donc what I see is that when she turned 27, which is in 2022, right, and this is when she broke up with Pardison, is that what's happening is that her progressing Venus was going over what? Over her Ketu. You know by now, guys, anytime when Venus is progressing over Ketu, there will be a breakup. This it has been proven. I've shown you guys in several analyses. I've shown you with several celebrities, right? And it will happen again and again because it's always like this. So her Venus, her progressing Venus, was going over her natal Ketu, and of course break up again. They broke up, right, with Pardison, and now she's 29 years old and 6 months, and her progressing Venus is going, you know, opposite her Venus, her natal Venus, and conjunct with Torrey's Venus. Of course they're gonna start a relationship, because every time when progressing Venus is conjunct with Venus, there's what? A relationship. So this is what's happening. And now let's get further into the progressions. Let's go. So when I look at her chart, you know, from a love perspective, or, you know, from a point of synastry, I see that at the age of 30, 31, around 30 to 31 years old, I see her being pregnant, having a child, a boy child. However, must be careful, you know, with the pregnancy, as so to keep the child, right? But must be careful because of the Mars energy around that. But yeah, so just that. But I see that possibility of a baby, 30, 31 years old, and some, you know, few problems there, but must be careful, you know, just take care of the pregnancy around this time, right? I also see, like, let's say if they stay for quite some time with Torrey, I also see around the age of 30, you know, Torrey like being interested in her, like really feeling her, but at the same time I see some rumors of cheatation coming up at this time, and of course of a possible breakup as well, due to her progressing Venus conjunct with his natal Ketu at this time. So that also is something that would come up around her 30 years older. Yeah. But not only is her progressing Venus, but he's also progressing Venus is doing the same thing, because it will also be going over his own Ketu, natal Ketu at this time. And again, rumors of cheatation, breakup, all of that at around 30 years old. With her age, regarding her age, I see some friendship, of course, with her and Torrey, due to her Mercury being conjunct with his Rahu. So they have a lot of fun, playful stuff. They are, you know, have a level of friendship, because Mercury and Rahu are friends as planets. So this is an indication of a good base of friendship and a respect in that regard, right? It's also possible that around the 30-year age mark, you know, Torrey could want to also be serious at the same time. So maybe let's, you know, the scandal comes up and then he's like, you know what, I'm sorry, how about we get married, right? Something like this would happen, because also her progressing Venus will be looking at his Saturn at this time, and Saturn is all about being serious and all of that, right? But definitely the scandal of cheating would come up, and maybe after this he's like, okay, fine, you know what, let's take things seriously, I want to get married, or let's, you know, let's get engaged, you know, or maybe that baby comes up and all of that, right? It's making them to be a bit committed to each other, because certain want commitment, regardless of it's a happy commitment or not a happy commitment. So yeah, so that's also on the cards for them for this relationship. In fact, there's a level of friendship in both relationships with Pardi and with Torrey because of Venus conjunct Mercury. Remember, Venus and Mercury are friends as planets, so even in relationships it indicates a good friendship in the relationship, which is needed and which is always positive. And one of the things that, you know, I enjoy seeing in synastry, right? Lots of cheating with parties indicated by the Rahu Venus as well, Mercury. So yeah, of course now we know because there was definitely news relating to the cheating between Pardison and Meghan, that in that relationship. Why is that? It's because her seventh house is hosting his Lilith, okay? So of course, seventh house is a house of relationship, unionship, but now here's Lilith, you know, the taboo, the out of the norm stuff. So of course, cheatation was bound to happen in that relationship, and it did. With regards to this new relationship with Torrey, you know, as the time goes, there would be a secret that would be revealed, and there would be secret about or a scandal rather about money, a secret about, you know, their sex life that would come up in the show at some point, because, you know, so that would come up or that would be seen, right? Other than that, that's it, guys, and I'll chat to you soon. And for now, let's say a bientôt, ciao ciao, bye.